Hello and welcome to the Open Mind Center's official YouTube page. My name is Jessica and I am the social media manager for the Open Mind Center. So you'll be seeing my face often because I'll kind of be educating you all about spirituality and helping you on your journey. If you've never heard of the Open Mind Center, it is a beautiful space that offers services, classes, and products that help guide you through your journey. We're going to take you along all of the amazing things that spirituality has to offer. So, for the start of our new journey together, we're going to start off with learning about meditation. Every Monday night at 7, we have a virtual meditation with one of our practitioners named Chrissy, and she also does an in-person meditation every third Sunday of the month, which will probably open up more and have more in person. So I decided to sit down with her. I'm going to let her actually tell you guys about how she started meditation and how it literally changed her life and helped guide her through loss and a tough time in her life. So it's such a great interview. Last quick little thing before we start. I had the camera flipped vertically, so the shot is going to be a little weird. Sorry about that. In the future, the videos will be structured the right way, but sorry, the camera was like turned long way vertically. But it does not take away from the amazing things that she has to say. All right, enjoy. Oh, so I just kind of wanted to know, like, how did you start meditation? And I mean, I guess you can start there, and then also if you were to explain what meditation is to a beginner, how would that sound like?
Yeah. So I guess I started meditating regularly close to 20 years ago. And I didn't really start meditating because I wanted to be a teacher, right? I started meditating because I needed help. One of my first meditation things was when I went to this little tea shop where they were doing this Buddhist meditation, and I walked in and I said, I heard you could help with suffering, and I've been suffering. And so, I started meditating there, and, eventually I got to a point where they were like, hey, Chrissy, you know more than the teachers do here. We'd like you to start teaching. So I kind of taught with some different Buddhist groups. And then I went through a lot of personal development thing. I was dealing with a whole lot of loss then in my life. I'm really into, if you find something that heals you, to share it with the world. And so that's what I was kind of called to do when it came to meditation, And there's all different types of meditation, right? So a lot of times when people get into meditation, they can feel a little overwhelmed with it. So, there's different ones. Some of them will, be like more of a mantra type meditation, I had gotten into transcendental type meditation for a while, which was nice. I felt really good when I was on the cushion. Then I got up and I had to deal with traffic after that, and all the different things that are going on, everywhere with life itself, right? Yeah. So I started moving. I was like, there has to be something that sticks, right? So as I did, like I said, I ended up showing up at this little Buddhist tea shop and saying, I heard you could help with suffering, and I've been suffering. And I began to learn about mindfulness meditation, and so I really got into the mindfulness of it, to be able to sit with whatever arose. I was dealing with a lot of grief because of loss. I lost my brother, my mother, and my father in my early 20s. So my brother when I was 20, and then right after that, so I said, there has to be something more, and there has to be a way that I can, deal with this. And that was a huge difference. It was about 4 years between when my mom passed and my dad passed away, and there was a huge difference in my life in the way that I handled that. So, when my dad passed, it was much more of a celebration of his life, Whereas when my mom passed years before that, it was, you know, a little bit like, oh no, she's gone, you know, and it was really hard for me to accept that. And mindfulness really helped me to learn to accept what is and to embrace myself, and also, you know, self-compassion, because that was something that I never really realized. I always, you know, would put myself last, and then, you know, how are you going to give from an empty cup, you know? So a lot of times in the meditations, if you were to come to one of our meditation classes, you know, a lot of times it'll just be, you know, the first 15 minutes is just kind of sharing. You know, you can share if you want, or you can just say your name and that's all you have to say. But a lot of times we'll realize, you know, by sharing that, you know, you're not alone in this journey. There's lots of people going through the same things as you, and that we're just able to, you know, kind of come together and bring that community in it. So it's a great way to share what's going on in your meditation practice. You know, I'm having trouble keeping my mind clear of thoughts, right? People come in and say that a whole lot. And one of the things in the approach that I do is not so much we need to clear our minds, right? Because what does a mind do? It generates thoughts, like the same way our organs secrete fluids and hormones and things like that. A mind, it secretes thoughts. What meditation helps you to do is not suppress the thoughts or get rid of the thoughts, but to change your relationship to the thoughts, right? So when thoughts arise, you can kind of just notice that they're just thoughts. They're not you, you know, they're not really even personal, you know. So you can kind of have that, oh, okay, look, there's that thought again, rather than, you know, going down the whole catastrophe road that sometimes we'll get caught in. So, you know, and another thing that we talk about in class too is, you know, when it comes to meditation, like I was saying, there's so many different techniques and things that are going on. One of the biggest things, when you look at all of the research that they've done with meditation, right? You know, now they have MRIs, CAT scans, all this stuff. They can begin to look at what does meditation do to your brain. Well, every meditation that they've done the research on has one thing in common, and that one thing is the ability to come back to the present moment. So whether you're doing transcendental or mindfulness or any of that, it is all about coming back. And I like the analogy. It's kind of like training a puppy, right? So when you have a little puppy, you're training a puppy, and you say sit, stay, and what does that puppy do? It's going to run off, right? And then you just bring that puppy back and you say sit, stay. You do the same thing with the mind, right? Just like you wouldn't want to beat up the puppy. Nobody wants to beat up the puppy. You don't want to beat yourself up either. It's just a gentle training of coming back again and again to the present moment. After a while, the mind's going to learn to kind of settle, you know, to kind of, you know, rather than the mind being your master, you become the master of the mind. Another way, when it comes to meditation too, another analogy that I really like is, you know, it's kind of like training a wild horse, right? If you were to take a wild horse, right, and try and put a, you know, a saddle on it and ride it, it's going to buck you off, right? It's not even probably going to let you get near it. And our mind kind of is the same way. If we try and put a hold on it, it's going to buck us off and take us all different places. But just like in training a horse, what they do is they put the horse on a long rope to begin with, and then you slowly bring the horse in. And then before you know it, the horse is just, you know, able to gallop around you, walk around you. You're able to get up on the horse, ride the horse. The horse is your friend. And, you know, it's the same way with the mind. If we try and push it and suppress it and all that, it's going to just run away and do its own thing. It's going to rebel. It's going to buck us off. But if, you know, if we're able to slowly bring it in and gather it in, over time, it begins to stay still. It begins to become your friend, your companion, to help you in life. So most of the time, the Monday night meditations and also the Sunday meditations, we just kind of meet up with everyone that's here. The first 15 minutes or so, we kind of talk about our practice, what's going on. what's going on in our lives, where's the challenges, where are the successes that are happening in our practice and just in our lives in general. And usually we don't have an agenda of what's going to go on. I usually kind of just base it off of what people are, what the concern is for that night. And occasionally there'll be times where people will bring up things that they want to focus on. For instance, right now in the Monday night meditations, last week we just started the chakras. So we're going to move through all of the chakras. We're going to take some time to talk about the chakras, each one, what they represent, how they can help you with healing and things like that. And then we'll also do a meditation on it to help balance and open those chakras.
Is it a Zoom? Do you have to put your video on? Or?
Okay. On the Monday night Zooms, whenever you come on, I always give you an option to turn on your video and your audio. You do not have to turn on your audio or your video. You can chat if you want, but you can also turn on your audio and your video. So my audio and video is always on. Some people choose to turn it on, and some people only choose to turn on their audio. So, it's kind of just a mix of, whatever you want. There's no judgment on it. If you just want to sit back and observe, you can do that too. If you want to participate, you're always welcome to participate. And sometimes we'll, have the first half of class maybe just conversations and questions and talking about it. And then we'll spend the last half usually meditating so that when you log off, you're all soothed and ready to head on to bed if you want. And you're in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go anywhere.
And then I guess the last question is, do you recommend any tools for people to use in meditating?
So with meditation, you can use any kind of tools that you want. You can use a cushion if you want to get a cushion. You can meditate with crystals if you want. I always bring my bells whenever I'm around. Just I like to start every meditation off with one of the rings. And what that does is it just kind of sets the space for the meditation. It says, okay, look, this is our meditation time for formal practice. At the end of every meditation, you'll notice that I ring the bells 3 times. And so, I always leave it open for your interpretation of what the 3 means to you. For some people, they may say, it represents the mind, body, and the spirit. Some people will say, it represents the Buddha, the Sangha, and the Dharma. So, and then some people will say that it represents the Father, Son, and the Spirit. So, there's room for everyone here. This is the Open Mind Center, so it's always open, and we're always open-minded. And, you don't have to believe in anything for meditation to work. You can keep your own beliefs. If you're Buddhist, a Christian, a Hindu, any of that, all of those have certain points of meditation. And, none of our meditations are super focused on a certain religion. So we may bring up, well, Buddha said this, or Christ said this, or, different things like that. But it's really open to whatever your beliefs are.
Isn't she so amazing? I hope you guys enjoyed that. Chrissy is also a practitioner. She does a lot of the classes that we have here, but she's also a practitioner. She does Reiki, she does past life regression, and all that good stuff. But you can go to the openmindcenter.com, and I actually will link it in the description box for you so you can read about her and all the other practitioners that we have. I hope you guys enjoyed our first video. I'm so excited to bring you more videos and educate you guys more. Our goal is to really help any beginner to spirituality learn so much and help guide you through your journey, or whatever part you're on. If you're new, or if you've been on it for a long time, we hope that we can help you and in whatever way. Also, at the end of each video, I'm going to have like a call to action for you to comment in the comments down below, because on YouTube, we only grow through your engagement, and we want you guys to engage in the comments with us, and we'll respond back. Today's question of the day is, what would you like to learn more about regarding spirituality? Would you like to learn more about the tarot cards, energy healing, how to play the singing bowls? What would you like us to do a video about? We have a lot of ideas, but we want to obviously start off with you guys' ideas. If you guys have any, we would love to do videos on it to educate you more. Or also we can, have more interviews like this, talking to the practitioners and having them share their wonderful stories on how they got started and everything like that. So let us know in the comments below, and if you don't have a suggestion, just leave like a smiley face or something, just to help support us, and through your support we can continue posting videos and educating you. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in our next video. We'll try to post once every week. We don't have a date yet, but once every week we will have a video out for you guys, at least once every week, maybe two. But thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in our next video.